They are final at Citi Field. This bottom six with the sacks packed and 2 away. Starling Marte delivers. A 2-run knock made it 4-0. And that was plenty for this Met effort. 7-2 your final as they take the 2-1 series lead in this DS series. Just 5 hits scattered for Philly. A sterling performance by Sean Manaea, who previously had not won a postseason start, goes 7 strong, scatters 3, 1 run earned, punched out 6 as the Mets are now on the brink of an LCS berth. Like Grimace on the 7 train, always celebration when David Samson joins us. David, this was about as lopsided as it gets when we're talking postseason baseball for the Mets. Nothing such as stress-free when you're talking about Mets baseball, but this was that. Let's start with Manaea and his performance. What stood out most to you, the command he had in his outing?
I was trying to think about what pitch was not working for him, what at-bat he was not in control of, what inning the Phillies thought that there was an opportunity to do damage against him, and I couldn't come up with any. Even with runners on, the Phillies were not able to string anything together, and Harper had opportunities each time, but it just felt like Manaea was on it. The double play that happened in the middle of the game, it's just an example that good pitching is always going to win over good hitting, and it's hard to imagine a stress-free game, so I'm not going to say it because those don't really exist in the playoffs. But anytime you can go into the 9th with a lead of 5 runs, you feel really good about your chances. And the Mets find themselves 1 game away. It's staggering to me.
It lets the Mets reset some arms here. It also pushes Philly to the brink. And let's talk about the flip side of that coin. This offense for Philadelphia, so timely often, so opportunistic, if you will, but not getting any production from the back end of it. Looking at their 6 through 9 hitters, 4 for 41 this series. Going to need help if they want to stay alive from that aspect or that portion of the lineup. Where are you seeing one thing not feed another right now for an offense that we expect so much from?
I'm not as worried about the bottom half of the lineup as I am about the top half, actually. The top half has to carry their team. And it's not unlike other teams in the playoffs, whether we talk about Ohtani and Benson Freeman having to carry the Dodgers. But if you look at the Phillies lineup, you can't ask for more opportunities. They actually had plenty tonight, but they just didn't get the timely hit, which is baseball. And the thing about these series and this current series, as all the division series, they're 2 out of 3 series. And in a 2 out of 3 series, you got to win game 1. And we know from the wild card, when you win game 1, you've got like an 88% chance of winning the series. And that's where the Mets are. They've won game 1. They got to get 1 of the next 2.
Now a win away from their first LCS berth since 2015. Game 4 coming on Wednesday, the likely mound matchup there. Quintana Suarez. Talk to me about urgency. How urgent do the Mets need to be on Wednesday to not let this thing get back to Philadelphia?
I learned something from Jack McKeon that I really thought about for the rest of my career, and he taught it to me in 2003 when we were going through our postseason run. He said, when you have a chance to clinch, that's your game 7. If you're the Mets and you're Mendoza and you're speaking to your front office and you're going through the lineup and the pitching plan, you want to treat game 4 like it's game 5. You don't want to go back to Philly, period. You want the Phillies going there on their own. So I think you've got to be super aggressive if you're the Mets and don't get the feeling that, hey, listen, we're good here. And again, going back to wild card series, the majority of those series end in a sweep. The game 1 winner wins game 2. We saw that you can win it in 3. There's a team that we're talking about that did that. But I think for the Mets, they've got to have the same urgency as the Phillies. And we don't have to discuss the Phillies. When you're down in an elimination game, there's what's more urgent than that?
All hands on deck for Philadelphia in what would be a lose or win or go home. Excuse me, I do want to follow up on one thing here. David, you did say you don't pay Pete Alonso for 1 October home run. Do you pay him for 2?
No, that's so awesome. Listen, he's having a great postseason. Them going through the LCS, maybe going to the World Series. My caveat was that if he's a star all the way through October, the view is that will be helpful for him in free agency. 1 home run, not as much. 2, a little more, but I need team success and continued heat.
You just know I appreciate your work, David Samson, always here on CBS Sports HQ. We'll talk to you soon, David. All right, here's a look at the best home record in MLB postseason history as the Mets continue to use Citi Field as their advantage. The place was rocking here on Tuesday night. And get this, timely hitting by the Mets. That Alonso home run led off an inning. 6 other runs on this night, all coming with 2 away.